There were many discussions whether the price for the new GoPro Mission 1 Pro is justified or not. And in today's episode, I wanted to go through different options and alternatives, the camera alternatives that you can purchase instead of new GoPro Mission 1 Pro for the same or even lower price. And of course, the first camera that pops on our mind when we go on vacation with family is the DJI Osmo Pocket 3. So why I'm comparing the DJI Osmo Pocket 3 and GoPro Mission 1 Pro? You might say that these cameras are completely different because of the one is robust, tough, action camera. You can take it underwater, in the mud, dust, when it's raining, and nothing will happen to it. Because not everyone needs really action cameras. If you're traveling with your family, if you go on vacation, perhaps you just need the camera you know that you will be able to snap your family life from the side. And if your vacation will be on the sunny beach next to the ocean and you will never take your camera into the water, then the cinematic pocket camera is a good alternative. As you can see, it has the focus. It has this blurred background that actually made the footage even more cinematic. Let me just turn the camera to myself, to my direction, continue filming in GP Lock 2, and let me know what do you think. By the way, the auto tracking has been just enabled on Osmo Pocket 3, and if I start moving the camera, as you can see, left or right, it keeps tracking me and keeps me in the focus. On GoPro we have similar vlog mode, but it's not gonna rotating the camera. The other things that makes these two cameras similar are actually they're both using 1-inch sensor. The colors are absolutely beautiful. You can also shoot in the flat D-Lock M color profile. Of course, on the GoPro, you have more professional GP Lock 2 that gives you more possibility for the color grading. But let me know in the comments below what do you think when I'm comparing side by side these two cameras. Okay, now we can use both cameras, GoPro Mission 1 Pro and DJI Osmo Pocket 3, by pointing them to the water. We have a strong light, a beautiful sky, and actually on the video preview I must say that on GoPro Mission 1 Pro everything looks more in details. Taking into account that both cameras are filming in a high bit rate using 10-bit color, I must say that if you don't need a detailed focus, then GoPro Mission 1 Pro could be a winner. But taking into account the smoothness and the color transitioning, just take a look now. I'm going a bit into the shadow and we'll jump again into the light. What do you think, guys? Where the color transitioning is better to your opinion? So guys, just let me know what you think about the colors and everything else on this footage, comparing side by side with Osmo Pocket 3 and GoPro Mission 1 Pro. But the one thing that might make you to consider to buy DJI Osmo Pocket 3 instead of new GoPro Mission 1 Pro, that now it costs almost the half price of the new GoPro Mission 1 Pro. And for 90% of your vacation, of your trips, it will perfectly fit to all your needs. The only thing that specs on the GoPro Mission 1 Pro are a bit higher. First of all, the GoPro Mission 1 Pro can film in 8K 60 FPS. This camera actually has a lot more different options how to film more creative. If you want to film different time lapses, hyperlapses, maybe start trails, taking photos, etc. The DJI Osmo Pocket 3 is a great alternative for solo creators who just need to have a good camera in their pocket like for filming. The spec is not so impressive as it is on GoPro Mission 1 Pro. But let's be honest, are we purchasing the camera for its spec? Or are we purchasing the camera that actually fits our needs the best? I think the answer is obvious. Taking into account that for the half of the price of the GoPro Mission 1 Pro, you can purchase the standalone DJI Osmo Pocket 3. If you add additional $100 on top, you will get the creator combo of DJI Osmo Pocket 3 with a tripod, battery extender, and also including the DJI mic too. I think it's a good option to consider. Both GoPro and DJI actually claim that they built in lossless 2x zoom. So let's compare. Now I enabled lossless zoom on both cameras. On DJI Osmo Pocket 3, which is 2.5 years old camera, the lossless zoom still is really good. What do you think, guys, comparing to GoPro Mission 1 Pro? But what if you don't need any action cameras or pocket cameras at all and you want to have something more versatile? What if you want the flying camera with you? This is also a good option that you can purchase for the same price as GoPro Mission 1 Pro or even sometimes lower. And I will give you this hint. This is the HOVERAir X1 Pro Max. This is the most advanced follow-me drone with absolutely fantastic spec. First of all, it is using the same sensor size as the DJI Action 5 Pro or Insta360 H Pro 2. It can film in 10-bit color. It has a built-in lock format. But the best thing is this HOVERAir X1 Pro Max has 14 pre-built modes how this drone can fly around you, so you don't need any controllers. And actually this drone will do everything automatically for you. Basically, as you can see, the HOVERAir X1 Pro Max is the camera that can follow you behind. It's just flying right behind me. Probably you can hear the sound. But the main idea that if you are solo traveling, if you are solo creators, or for example, if you would like to film the family, you know, from the side when nobody else is around, it's a great option, I think, because this camera is always flying nearby. You have different options how this drone can fly. It can follow you in front, it can follow you on the back, as well different other options where it can fly like on top of you, or maybe different zooming in and zooming out options like flying up to 30 meters and then return back with different really cool cinematic transitions. You can see that actually the drone is orbiting now me around. It looks the same like if somebody will be running around me with the camera, but actually no, this is just a drone. And you can invest into the same price as it costs for the GoPro Mission 1 Pro. On the HOVERAir X1 Pro Max, the distances, how low it is, how far and how actually high it is, everything is configurable, and taking into account that actually the price, the colors and the spec of this drone are really amazing, are really like almost professional, I would say, because the drone can film in 10-bit color, it has a log format, and the sensor size is pretty much the same like you would get with the DJI Action 5 Pro or Insta360 Ace Pro 2. And also for the landing of this drone, as you can see, you just need to stretch your hand, drone will recognize it automatically and will land it. I think it's a great option. As a mod dolly track on the HOVERAir X1 Pro Max is actually one of my favorite because it can track you in the front like somebody would be, you know, holding the camera. I think this is the perfect for vlogging, for the interview. The best thing that when it's tracked even like backward flying, it still has all the sensors to detect, like to not hit any bushes, any trees. And I think this is a really great option to have like the camera with you that can do the things like this. So guys, just let me know, what do you think? Would you consider to buy like the flying camera, or you will definitely invest into the action camera?
Another option available at roughly half the price of the GoPro Mission 1 Pro is a BetaFPV Aquila 20 HD ready-to-fly FPV bundle.
It was so much fun flying with this drone, especially first time. You should try by yourself.
So the FPV drone perhaps you saw on YouTube many times when somebody is flying, spinning upside down, left and right, and it looks really cool. The only problem with FPV drones was that normally you need to assemble it by yourself. You need to purchase the propeller, the camera, the controller, and put it all together, connect it to your goggles, only then you can fly. The BetaFPV is actually offering something that's called ready to fly. And this their latest model called BetaFPV Aquila 20 HD. And I must say that it was my first FPV drone and it was a lot of fun to fly. Because first of all, this drone is really budget. It costs like approximately $300 for this entire pack. So basically purchasing just a single drone, and as you can see it's really small, just the size of the palm. You also get the hand controller and you also get the goggles that are HD goggles you need to put on your head. This drone doesn't have any SD cards because when you fly with this drone, it transmits the video directly to your goggles, and there you have SD card, and that's exactly how it stores. And what's so specific about this BetaFPV Aquila 20 drone HD with this marker HD? Previously, all the drones were when you're flying, the transmission of the video looked like from the television from some 60s, you know, where you have this stroke like everywhere, and it's like the video quality is not so good. Flying with this BetaFPV, to be honest, I was really surprised how good the video quality is, and especially that everything is immediately has been saved to the goggles, so you don't need to extract any card from here. This drone is literally bulletproof. As you can see, the propellers are hidden behind this frame, and honestly, like even if you hit the trees while flying really fast, nothing will happen. The only one thing about this drone is to remember that you need to control it all the time. This BetaFPV Aquila 20 is coming with different modes, for example, the slow normal mode, the sport mode, fast mode, etc. Normally with a traditional drone, you can even put this drone in the air and it will be hovering in one place while, I don't know, you do like your things. With BetaFPV, you need to control it all the time, especially if you are flying in a sport mode, otherwise you can lose the control over your drone. But the one thing I want to say, it's 100% that this is really a lot of fun was to fly, especially with the first time to fly. I remember I couldn't get into the air for the first time because this drone was just falling down again and again, but then I understood like how to fly with this drone because my previous experience was mostly like traditional 360 follow me drone, etc. and I found it was really a lot of fun. So if you would like to try your first FPV experience with drones, I would highly recommend to go with this BetaFPV Aquila 20 HD. The video quality is amazing, the transmission range is up to 400 meters. I was flying behind the trees and the video transmission still was working fine. The protection against the obstacles is really good. Also, just one more feature to mention about this drone, it has a turtle mode. Turtle mode means that if, for example, accidentally you're flying and your drone falls somewhere upside down and you can't find where the drone is, or you just don't want to walk there, you can just hit on the controller the button and the drone immediately jump on the proper side and you can just continue to fly. Perhaps the only downside about this drone, I must say, is that you definitely need to practice, you need to learn how to fly this drone, and the level of entering into the drone experience comparing with other drones, I would say it is higher than for the other drones, because you definitely will require more experience and more hours of practicing how to fly.
The another alternative for the GoPro Mission 1 Pro, as I already mentioned in my previous episode, it is to purchase two DJI Action 6, or you can purchase DJI Action 6 and Insta360 Ace Pro 2 with two batteries. In this case, you will have like at least one camera with built-in memory and one camera with actually two batteries. Yes, the specs are not so impressive. The colors are not so natural, but taking into account the price, I think it's a great option to consider, because especially if you go on vacation as a couple and you want to have like two cameras for, let's say, scuba diving or snorkeling, for the same price you can get two cameras for each of you instead of just one camera for the couple. Just something to consider. I'm not saying that GoPro Mission 1 Pro is a bad camera or something and need to rush in and purchase something else. No, GoPro Mission 1 Pro, perhaps the best action camera at the moment on the market if you take into account how natural the color are, the details are. There are no artificial improving of the video, what we notice comparing with other cameras. But my point is that for the price of this camera you can purchase different other alternatives that might fit better for your vacation style and your vacation needs. I really hope that you enjoyed this episode, guys. And if it did, just don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, and I'll see you soon on the next one. Cheers. Bye.